Welcome back to episode 4 of the Collaborating Suite build series. It's time to pull off the masking tape from around the cable channels. And once again, it's time to start building some furniture. This time, this should be, at least to current plans, the last piece of furniture in this room. Though, small detail. This one was supposed to be all black, and I don't know if I made a mistake when ordering or if they accidentally gave me the wrong one. But yeah, we'll see if I choose to paint it black or if I'll leave it as is. Yeah, we're definitely going to paint it black. Now, while I was working on some smart home stuff, my fiance did, I think, an amazing job with painting this, and yeah, looks great. And the best part, it has this button on the side which turns on a hidden LED strip, and it not only looks cool, I think it's also a great safety feature, as when this room is pitch black, it can be quite dangerous as far as hitting your toes on various things. But now it's time to move on to hanging the curtains. Well, so much for hanging the curtains. We got one up, but we ran out of these small clips that you need for hanging these. So we'll be going to the hardware store tomorrow to get some more. And the right curtain will also need a hole cut into it for this speaker. But now we are going to continue with putting up the hexagonal sound panels, or well, acoustic panels. This is the plan. A huge piece on that wall, the same on that wall, and then a smaller design onto this wall, which would be in the background of future YouTube videos. New day, new stuff to do. Well, actually, something has already been done, which is that my fiance hung the second curtain as I got some more hooks, and then I went shopping and got some black switches and outlets. And right now I'm in the process of exchanging, well, I say the light switch, well, I can just take the cover bead itself and exchange it with the last one, which isn't that difficult, but I'm also adding in some Sonoff smart home switch things. Essentially, they go inside the switch, and this is the box, and then it turns your dumb switch into a smart switch. And for the outlets, here's a before and an after. And now there's the problem of the audio cables being a bit too long, because at the last apartment, the run had to be along the walls of the whole room. But in this case, it's just from here to there. So yeah, I don't need such long cables, so let's shorten them. Never mind, it seems my wire strippers are still at my dad's, which means we are going with plan B. Hide the huge rolls behind the dresser. And it's finally time to start bringing in my computer. A process which took a good couple of days. But now, the office is done, for the most part. What's still left to do is 3 things. Mount the Amaran, which is dependent on getting the ceiling mounted sound or acoustic panels. And finally, the networking situation, which at this point is, yes, a cable running through the doorway. Not the most elegant, but it works for the time being, and well, it's kind of my fault in choosing this room, because almost every other room in this place does have networking run to it, but because this was a bedroom and only a bedroom, they opted to not do it. Go figure. But let me show you around. How have I laid out the things? I decided to put the infrastructure here, the NAS, the UPS for it, switches, servers, all of that jazz. My 3D printer, which I solely missed. Then, well, all of my gear, my lighting, my camera stuff, all of that is in here. And then the less beautiful side is this side, which, yeah, has all of the other cabling and filmmaking accessories and, well, my mini panel when it's not in use. Then the computer went next to the desk instead of under the desk as it was previously. And there's quite a mess of cables there. And in terms of the monitors, I went with the system I hope to use, which seems to have worked out quite well. So 2 good monitors, and in between I will be leaving a gap. At least until, unless I should decide to get a smaller reference monitor that I would put here, and then the TV would only be for the clients. And what we're seeing here is the image to my new YouTube and video call and masterclass and whatnot camera, which is no longer the Ursa Mini Pro 12K. It's in fact a production camera 4K, which at this point I think is about 10 years old in terms of the model. It's a Blackmagic camera. It has global shutter. It does I don't think it technically does 4K, but UHD, I think. I'm not sure. But I'm running it just off the SDI. I'm not recording in camera, so it does take SSDs inside the body, which is quite cool. I'm running just an SDI feed with the log image into my deck link, and then I run it into OBS. I apply a lot onto it if I'm using it for video calls, or for YouTube I just record the log image. And that's that. It has worked great. I already recorded the gamma shift video on it, and I don't know about you, but I could not really tell a difference in the final result between the 12K and the production camera, because yeah, both are great sensors, and as long as you light the image properly, it's all about grading, and yeah, I'm happy with that purchase. So yeah, that's what's up. We'll see when I get to the last 3 remaining things that need doing. So don't expect another one of these videos for a while. But until then, I'll continue making other YouTube videos. Back to my regular programming, if you will. So yeah, I'm going. See you next time.